What happened when you finally stopped saving people who laughed at you for it? Last month, my 4 roommates held a house meeting and voted me out of my own friend group for being, and I quote, the human version of a smoke detector chirping at 3 a.m. Rylan told me to my face that hanging out with me felt like getting a group text from a dentist. We were in our living room when they ambushed me, taking turns listing the ways I ruined the vibe by paying rent on time, labeling the leftovers, and making sure nobody burned the building down. You're 24 years old and you act like a substitute teacher nobody asked for, Rylan said while Cody and Bo nodded along. Bo added that I was the reason our parties felt supervised. We're not asking you to loosen up. We're telling you to become a fun person by Friday or find somewhere else to be boring, Rylan announced. Then he dropped the line that proved they had no idea what they were about to lose. If you can't take a shot without giving a speech about hydration first, go move in with a houseplant, because we're upgrading to roommates who actually know how to live. I stood up, told them they were right about exactly one thing, because I was officially done being the reason this house still had electricity, and walked out knowing their world was about to unplug itself. The first week without me started when Rylan called 11 times at 1 a.m. because the power shut off. The utilities were in my name and I'd been quietly paying them, so when I left, the lights left too. Instead of calling the company, they tried to reset the breaker box using a YouTube video and a butter knife, which tripped everything and set off the building's fire alarm. Cody tried to silence it by wrapping it in a wet towel, which only made it louder, and the whole complex evacuated to the parking lot in their underwear, while my old roommate swore it was just a drill. The second week, Bo got escorted out of a grocery store for trying to return a rotisserie chicken he had already eaten, arguing the bones were proof of a defective product. Security found 19 loyalty cards in his wallet, none of them his. He called the group, but nobody knew our new address because I filled out every form, so they gave the store our old apartment number and a landline disconnected since I left. Bo spent the afternoon in the manager's office, while a man at the deli counter agreed that he too had been wronged by poultry. Week 3 brought the biggest mess yet when Rylan and Cody accidentally took the same girl to the same restaurant on the same night, because I used to keep the group calendar. Instead of me rescheduling, they got into a shoving match by the bread station that ended with Rylan falling into a rolling dessert cart. Cody somehow got locked on the rooftop patio, refusing to come down until someone apologized, except nobody could remember whose turn it was to be sorry. By the end of the month, their lives were unraveling because I wasn't there to stop them from posting things before thinking. Cody's manager saw a video of him standing on a bus stop bench declaring himself the mayor of this intersection and fired him by text. Bo's mom saw a live stream of him crying over a parking ticket he had taped to his chest so the city could feel his pain, and drove 4 hours to confiscate his phone. Someone wrote chirp across Rylan's forehead in permanent marker while he slept, which somehow made it funnier. The final disaster came when they threw a massive party to prove they didn't need a boring roommate. They double-booked the clubhouse with a kid's birthday party, forgot to buy cups, and served a punch Cody invented called Liquid Confidence that was mostly energy drink and expired lemonade. Half the guests spent the night sprinting to one bathroom while a bounce house slowly deflated behind them. When the clubhouse manager showed up about the noise, drunk Rylan first tried to hire him as security, then tried to fight him when he declined, then started crying and asked if the man had ever truly felt seen. Bo live-streamed the whole thing with the caption, "Best night ever," which his mom, his boss, and his ex all watched in real time as he was carried out over someone's shoulder, still clutching a slice of birthday cake that wasn't his. Rylan called me 4 days later from his childhood bedroom, where his parents had put him back on a chore chart. He begged me to move back in, and offered to sign a written agreement putting me in charge of anything with a due date. I told him I was doing great, but thanks for finally admitting I was the only reason that house ever had running water, and hung up while he was still asking how to reset a router.